boat. I call to the boys, hey, what you doing now? Come down and try your hand and see what you can do. Oh boy, you're scared. Oh boy, you're scared, scared, scared. So sailboat, 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 sail. Sail them in the harbor, I'll sail them in the keys. I'll sail them on the ocean, I'll sail them all day long. I'll sail them up to Borky, I'll sail them up and down. Hey. All the fellas on the bay talking trash all day. Pluck, Jeffrey, Tyrone, Red Boy, Russ, Dave and Clay. Boy, I'm taking all bets, come bring your pay. When it comes to sailing, boy, island man don't play. Sail them in the harbor, and sail them up and down. I sail them up to Borky and cycle back around. So sailboat, 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 sail. Sail them in the harbor, I'll sail them in the keys. I'll sail them on the ocean, I'll sail them all day long. I'll sail them up to Borky, I'll sail them up and down. Golden girl, I blowing them out. Bull Rage and Warrior, they back there on my south. Keep your eyes on me, best get out of my way. No way you gonna win this race, no not today. Been at this sailing thing, trying to win so long. And if you know about sailing, boy, help me sing this song. Oh, sailboat, 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 sail. Sailing in the harbor, I'll sail them in the keys. I'll sail them on the ocean, I'll sail them all day long. I'll sail them up to Borky, I'll sail them up and down.
So I'm standing here today with Mr. Akeem Rowley's the administrator for Doctors Hospital here in Exuma, Bahamas. I know you guys are...
Absolutely. So Doctors Hospital is committed to the community in general, and particularly we have done that with our sponsorship this year for our sailors. You know, as sailing is our national sport here in the Bahamas, we want to let the community know that Doctors Hospital is always here, you know, to be partners with you, because health is wealth, and we want to ensure that our sailors, our regatta goers, everyone, you know, in general is healthy. So we also decided to partner with doing some health screenings today. So we're doing weight checks, glucose checks, blood pressure checks, and we're also giving away some items as well. And Doctors Hospital Exuma Medical Center is here, located right in Georgetown, right up the hill from NIB. So you can come and see us. We do follow-ups. We have specialty clinics. We have ultrasound clinics, X-rays, laboratory work, the full 9 yards. So we're here and we're committed to not just the community of Exuma, but the National Family Island Regatta in general. And we're excited for this partnership and to see where it goes next.
That's absolutely awesome. So just for our viewers that's watching, if anyone wanted to get in contact with you guys, are you guys on social media? You could probably share a phone number here for the Exuma location.
Yes, so the Exuma location's number is 336-2424, and you can reach us between the hours of 8 to 4, Monday to Friday, and then you can also reach that line as an after-hours line. In the event of if you have any emergencies, we're also here, available 24/7 for urgent care as well. And then for our social media, you can find us at Doctors Hospital Bahamas on Facebook, Instagram, and we'll be more than happy to connect with you.
Awesome, awesome. Well, you've heard it from Mr. Roll here. Thank you again for your partnership on behalf of Commodore Dallas Knowles. Thank you so much for your support, and we look forward to working with you guys in the future.
Thank you so much.
Well, good afternoon, race fans, and welcome back to the afternoon session of racing here at the 69th Annual National Family Island Regatta, being held on beautiful Elizabeth Harbor in Georgetown, Exuma. We're getting set up for the B race in a few minutes here. I'm Stafford Captain Plug Patterson. I'll be your host today, and I have a guest host for the B-Class race this afternoon, owner, skipper of the E-Class entry, Crybaby.
Yes.
Good to have you on board, Rhiannon.
I feel so excited to be here. This is taking on another realm of the entire regatta. This is
It's definitely
fantastic.
a different perspective from up here in the booth.
Wow.
So we still got our extremely windy conditions here, folks, in Elizabeth Harbor. Unfortunately, this morning's C-Class race had to be canceled because it was going to be an unsafe situation. So this morning's C-Class race was canceled. The E-Class race was sailed under lee of Crab Key, so we did get the third race in, or the second of 3 points races today for the E-Class. And now we're getting set up for the B-Class race, the 21-footers.
Yeah.
So the race committee has called in and said they're getting ready to start. We have, out of 8 entries, we have 2 that have scratched already. The Cobra and the Terry Ann will not be sailing this afternoon.
Yeah.
Really don't know why. Have you heard anything? Have you heard anything,
I did.
Rhiannon?
I found out why. I messaged Dwayne and both Dwayne and Tamara, Dallas's wife. The boats are old. Terry Ann has a very young crew, and you know, as a mom, I get it. She's not really wanting to take on the challenges of having a young crew in these conditions and such an old boat.
I understand. These are some pretty extreme conditions, but the race committee has deemed that it's within parameters for us to race the B class today. I heard Dallas calling out 16-knot steady wind. So the gusts are a little higher perhaps, but 20 steady wind is the cutoff point. So these boats are bigger than the C class that are only 17. These B class boats are 21-footer, a little bigger, a little more crew. And the seas have kicked up a bit, but the race committee's determined that it's okay for us to sail. So we're scrambling a bit to try and stay on schedule. We have 4 boats anchored up on the line, and I see a 5th one going in. So while they're working on that, Rhiannon, you want to give us the starting positions here?
Sure. So today's starting race, now that we only have 6 in the class here, we've got the Terry Ann was in first, sitting in first for the starting line. It's now number 2 will be Lonesome Dove. Number 3, Cobra was in 3rd. Then we have Lady Sonia in 4th. We have Ant's Nest in 5th, and Susan Chase in 6th. Barbarian in 7th, and Udiva in 8th. And I did hear Dallas say earlier, you know, that, you know, you mentioned about keeping things on time, and it's true. I mean, it can be a drag. There's so much work that goes into these things, and so he had mentioned earlier that they were going to go ahead and start the race with 3 boats on it, but I think they gave a little bit of more leeway, which now we have almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We might be looking for two more.
About just dropping their anchor behind the 200-foot marker. A new rule for this year, Rhiannon. I'm not sure, was that active in the E-class, the 200-foot?
It certainly was. The idea was that they were going to have 2 small buoys in front of the starting line, which would be the maximum 200 feet, because, you know, they're getting strict on the rules, which is a great thing. This is, you know, this sport is very, very competitive.
It's a very good thing. You're absolutely right. So
I had to cut down on my mast and boom, and so did several other E-classes. So maybe I think, from what I understand, next year they'll start measuring the C-class boats, and you know.
It's all good when we're clamping down on the rules, because it's racing and people will push it to the limit. If there's any gray areas, they'll try to take advantage of that.
Absolutely.
So 200 foot is the max you can have your anchor away from the start line, and really, in my humble opinion, that's plenty of distance.
Especially when you're pulling.
And also, especially on a sorry. Okay, race committee's called in and asked the broadcast booth to stand by for the beginning of the race. Looking at the monitor here, there goes that's the 1-minute gun just fired off. So in about here, you'll see the crews starting to pull in the anchors and get their sails up.
Yeah, heavy conditions today. Heavy conditions. I'm kind of glad being on shore on this. I had an opportunity to race, but I didn't want to. This is a lot. These guys are amazing. They're all amazing sailors out there. Best of the best in the country.
So right now, if you're on one of those boats out there, the butterflies are churning in your stomach and adrenaline's starting to flow, and you're just waiting for that firing of the start gun to signal the beginning of the race. And then once that happens, it'll be heave ho, hoist your sails, and go.
Hey, that's good.
I can watch the monitor here, and I can see we'll be able to see here when they start pulling.
Right, and they're off. Here they go.
Pulling. Yeah, okay, I guess they must have fired it and we missed it, because here we go, folks. Heave ho,
looking
hoist
kind
and
of
go.
clear. There's no big kerfuffles going on.
5 boats on the line. There's plenty of room in between boats, so hopefully we won't have any tangle ups. Yep. We got an ant's nest going up on the sail. That's a little early, but that's the skipper's choice.
Yep.
And we got Lonesome Dove starting from position number 1 right at the bottom of your screen.
They've just gone
Next
up.
to them is the
72.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's very difficult to
It's
see
confusing.
the numbers. We'll do our best, but the fact is,
That's Lady Sonia.
Lady Sonia. Okay, good.
Number
nice,
17.
Nice clean start. No, everybody's separated, which is always nice to see in this condition, especially.
Susan Chase, number 4. She's not out there. That's number 5. That's the Barbarian. Top of your screen. 72 is the number on the Lonesome Dove today, which is actually 18, but they're flying a 72 sail.
They're looking
Number
pretty
17 is a sail from Buzzy's C-Class boat. That's Lady Sonia going off to the right there. Ant's Nest in the middle of your screen. Pretty good start, wouldn't you say, Rhiannon? Looks like everybody's clear.
I'd say it's a fantastic start. In these kinds of conditions, this is the last thing you want to do is to jumble up with somebody else on the starting line, and it's
exactly.
You know, you have to be on your game in this breeze. What did we say it was? 16 knots.
16 knots steady. So.
And they call it at what? They call the race at 20. Is it when they won't?
Yes, if the wind is steady 20, they're probably going to call the race for all classes.
It doesn't look like anybody's tacked over yet.
No, everybody's going off on starboard tack, which the rules require, unless you're in the number 1 boat, as Lonesome Dove was, but they've opted to go on starboard.
Right, and clearly he must be getting some nice breeze because he would have gone if...
So out front we got Lady Sonia, followed by Lonesome Dove.
Yeah.
Below Lady Sonia, that almost looks like it's the Barbarian. Center of the screen, the Barbarian.
Yeah, this is good, Stafford. This is great. I can barely see anything.
Right in front of the broadcast booth now, I see the Susan Chase coming with her sails down.
Okay,
so
somebody just tacked over. Who is that?
they're extremely late. Somebody over?
Yeah, somebody just went over. Bottom left boat.
Uh-oh. I still see 5 boats.
No, sorry, when I say went over, tacked over. I'm sorry. I should have made myself clear.
I'll get used to your terminology. That's Ant's Nest has decided to short tack and come back to the right side of the course.
Now, that's Lee Armbruster, right?
That's Lee Armbruster, yes.
Skippering.
Yesterday, the favored side of the course seemed to be to the left or to the middle, not so much on the right-hand side. But perhaps Captain Armbruster knows something that the other 4... Okay, we got another boat tacked over.
Blue boat, that would be Udiva?
That would be Udiva, although it looks like they may be in irons at the moment. Well, okay, getting the sails filled up.
These boats are very easy to go into irons in this heavy breeze. Not as easy as the C-Class without a jib. You can always backwind the jib on the B and A, but... Yeah,
so
everybody's looking pretty nice.
We got Lady Sonia, Lonesome Dove, and Barbarian towards the front.
Lady Sonia, of course, being Buzzy Roll, the skipper.
Buzzy out of Exuma, yes. Very familiar with the conditions here in Elizabeth Harbor.
Yeah. And, of course, our very own Abaco, Jeff Gale, who celebrated a birthday yesterday. So if you see him on shore, buy him a drink. Yeah, it's still looking pretty nice. So we only have 2 boats that that tacked over. Everybody else stayed.
Yeah, the other 3 boats.
On the starboard. Somebody's just going over now.
Yeah, well, I think that's Udiva's decided maybe that's the way to go.
And then somebody's following in front. Is that the Dove? Okay, everybody's over. Everybody's tacked over now.
Fleet went out to the middle of the course, and now they've all decided to tack over to starboard to come to the right-hand side. Perhaps following Captain Armbruster's lead in the Ant's Nest.
Yeah, and the skipper for Barbarian is Delworth. I got to really know a lot of these skippers when I went to Andros this year, and at New Year's Eve. And the knowledge that they have and what they're willing to share, and especially as a female, they're very kind. I've never felt alone. You know, they're very supportive of.
Well, that's great. How do you find the camaraderie amongst the boat owners and sailors?
Oh. I can tell you what, I got punched in the gut when I first got here and was told that, I needed to cut the mast and the boom. And, I wanted to cry. My boat is called Crybaby. So, yeah, I did cry. But I got over it. And it's a whole different kettle of fish being a boat owner versus just crew.
There's no doubt about that. You have a lot of responsibilities, and the bills all go to the owner.
Oh, my goodness. Everybody wants a shirt, a rash guard shirt, and I keep telling everybody, I need to win a race first before I can order any more. How are we looking out here? Everything's
out in the middle of the course. We got Lady Sonia, Lonesome Dove, Barbarian, and you Diva.
and everybody seems to have the right sail on size. Nobody seems to be overpowered.
Well, the boat I'm seeing on the extreme left there has a huge mainsail in comparison to some of the others. Maybe that'll work out for him. Lonesome Dove has a smaller sail with the number 72 on it, which leads me to believe that it's perhaps the large sail from the C class. It ain't right.
Yeah.
Sail, so in the E class, you just basically have one sail, correct?
In the E class, yes.
So in the bigger classes, C, B, and A, the sky's the limit.
Yes.
But some of these boats have 5 and 6 different size sails that they can select from, and sail selection is critical.
I always have one of our Abaco crew tease me. So what sail are you going to use today, Bunza? And I'm like, well, you know, main one, the only one. Again, I need to win a few races in order to get a new sail. But luckily enough, that boats, and I have a reefing line in case it's too windy. You can reduce the, for those who don't know, you can reduce the volume of your sail.
Sure. Okay, so you can reef it down.
You can reef it down. Yeah.
Meanwhile, the boats are going out of view of the naked eye. Hopefully, we'll get the drone up soon and get some overhead coverage for you.
Oh, great. Is that what happens? I was kind of thrown into this at the last minute here, but I have to say I'm having a really good time.
The footage we've been getting from the drone is awesome. Really makes it easy to see who's who and gives you a great aerial shot of beautiful Elizabeth Harbor, the aquamarine waters, cruising fleet anchored over by the Chat and Chill on Stocking Island.
Yeah.
So,
so kudos to Carson Gray, is it?
Carson Gray Enterprises.
Yeah.
Media Enterprises.
I remember seeing them in Rollville and going up to them and thanking them. You know, they had a little umbrella and a thing on the beach there, and I went over and I was like, you know, this is great. We really appreciate those of us sailors and skippers and owners.
They do a great job. Most recently, I think they did the February 1st Friday in February Farmers Key Regatta, which is a C-class regatta. Slaughter swept all 4 races with, hey, guess who? Buzzy Roll on the helm.
Yeah, Buzzy built my boat. I have a lot of respect for Buzzy.
Buzzy's a great boat builder and also a great skipper and sailor.
Yep, and his kids are not too far behind. I mean, they...
it's all about bringing the juniors into the sport.
Absolutely.
We got to bring the juniors in. You know, us older generation. You know, we're going to time out at some point, and we don't have another generation of sailors trained and ready to go.
Speak for yourself. But I have to admit, I should have probably done this skippering, boat ownering thing a long time ago, because the wear and tear on your body, and some of these boys are doing 4 classes a day. 3 definitely, but sometimes 4 classes a day.
You definitely got to be in shape for that.
Wow. It's very impressive.
So the fleet is out of view of us here at the broadcast booth right now, Rhiannon, and we're hoping to get the drone up soon.
Great. Is this time for a beer or something?
No beer breaks.
No, that's okay.
Well, that's one thing about sloop sailing. Once the gun fires, there's no timeouts, there's no pit stops.
Right.
You're going to sail until the end. And with the wind speed today and the way the race committee's got the courses set up, the races will run about 40, 50 minutes maybe, which ain't too bad.
Like that. And it was great. I really like him. And then his son, Joshua Higgins.
Sorry, Lonesome Dove, what?
We just...
Okay, so we don't have the drone up yet, but the race committee has called in positions. At the first Windward marker, we had Lonesome Dove and Lady Sonia basically neck and neck. That's
around the mark.
What we've been told. They'll be leaving the marker to starboard, and then they'll make the downwind run to the leeward marker, which they will leave.
No, they'll leave this one to port.
I beg your pardon. Thanks for the correction.
Okay.
The windward marker is left to port, and then to avoid jobbing, they will take the leeward marker to starboard. Yeah, here we go. We got the drone up.
Too bad we couldn't have seen that. I bet that was intense. Yeah. So out front there, they look like it got a nice little 2-3 boat length lead. Who is that out front? Sorry, even with my glasses on, I'm blind.
That's all right. I'm not certain. which two boats those are, but if it's the lead boats, we'd have the Lonesome Dove and Lady Sonia.
Lady Sonia, yeah. This is quite a nice race, actually. They look like they're the back boat is definitely gaining. It's always nice to see that competition, and as a skipper, you're looking at other boats thinking, okay, what are they doing differently that I'm not doing? You know, why are they marching on me, or why are they moving faster? And that's kind of, you look around and start tweaking things. Okay, here they are in our sight now.
Yes, they are, from this perspective, neck and neck. I'm seeing Lonesome Dove on the left and Lady Sonia on the right, in making a downwind run right in front of the Regatta Park and the broadcast booth.
So who is that that's in leading, the Windward boat?
Possible to see from here exactly who's out front. It looks pretty close right now.
Very close downwind leg. They seem to be half a boat length. The Windward boat seems to be about half a boat length. Oh, no. See, now they're neck and neck right now. And then we've got our third boat in sight now, and our fourth boat. Quite a good lead those two front boats have, too. Hey, Stafford?
They got a, pretty good lead over third and fourth place, but it's really not that far. You know, you're talking about maybe 15, 16 boat lengths. And one poor bad tack around the leeward marker here, drag your boom in the water or something.
Yeah.
And doesn't take long for the other boats to catch up.
Yeah, don't I know it.
So I think we're looking at the, still not sure which boat is out front. There is one slightly out front. It's going to be either Lady Sonia or the Dove. Third place looks to be Udiva, followed closely by the Ant's Nest.
Ant's Nest, okay.
Ant's Nest has that large logo in the sail.
See, now the leeward boat in the lead there do you see how they've just marched?
I think I'm seeing Lonesome Dove in the front, but I cannot be 100% sure.
Oh, you know, it would be great is some binoculars. That would be great when we don't have the drone thing. But anyway, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the boats in the lead. In view at the moment.
Well, it was 5 boats took the starting gun. I'm not sure whether Susan Chase decided to enter and carry on. They were several minutes late to the start.
So did we start with 5 or 6? I know that Terrienne dropped out and Cobra dropped out. So
Susan Chase
wasn't at the starting line.
They were not at the start line.
Okay,
no.
So we've got 5. Okay, so they're all in view now. Right. As soon as we find out who the lead boat is, we'll let you know. But they seem to be about 2.5 to 3 boat lengths ahead of the.
Generally,
okay, I think that's the Dove second. I think that looks like. Because if you see the top of the mast,
yes,
ours is striped, right?
It has red and white stripes like the Elbow Reef Lighthouse.
Yeah.
So Lady Sonia in first.
Yeah.
Out of Exuma. Lonesome Dove close second place out of Abaco. Third, Udiva. And fourth place is
that
Ant's Nest? Yes.
Which would put Barbarian at
Barbarian would be in fifth.
Yeah. Yeah. They seem to be holding their lead on.
As you probably know, Downwind Championship is a drag race. Oftentimes, positions really don't change a whole lot, but sometimes they do.
Unless you have a fast boat, and I have to tell you, I have a crew with me now that's helping me kind of learn to sail, and you know, and Buzzy built my boat, and it just really marches in downwinds. I mean, some boats perform better on downwind legs, some perform better going to wind and.
Quite so. So we continue on your screen there, number 17.
Right, okay.
Lady Sonia.
Yeah. Followed by the Dove about 2 or 3 boat lengths behind.
Oops.
So they've got a good lead this round. And then there's the 2 in the middle that are about the same distance apart from the 2 front boats.
Yeah, I think we got Udiva and Ant's Nest, third and fourth. Followed by the Barbarian.
Now they're going to leave this to.
We'll leave this one to starboard.
Starboard, so they just have to do a nice rounding.
Nice rounding with no jabbing required.
Yeah. Again, the good thing there's no clusters in here, so everybody ought to have a nice rounding without any extra drama.
On the shout-outs, typing into the broadcast. Cynthia Weaver, no, I'm sorry, Terry Ann is not racing.
No, yeah, Terry Ann had, you know, that's a very young Exuma crew, and Terry Ann is an old girl, you know, and they really didn't want to take the chance with her.
Understand. We also got Lopez, thank you for your kind words. Bernadette, happy to see you here, Rhiannon.
Oh, yay.
Clayton McKenzie, the Dove is doing well. Yes, sir, thank you. Kenneth Hargraves, watching from San Francisco, California. Hey,
oh, wow.
Kenneth. So
That's
the boats are pretty much at the leeward marker now. Still got Lady Sonia
in the lead, yep.
in the front with Lonesome Dove close on their heels. The sail numbers can be a little confusing because the two lead boats are using sails with the wrong number.
Oh, right. Just to mess with us, eh?
Well, because
no,
of the windy conditions.
Yeah, they take what they can get.
Now, looking here on the monitor, you'll see that we're drawing neck and neck, and the Lonesome Dove has the inside line.
Yes.
Which is the preferred line to have.
Yep.
If Skipper Jeff can keep it tight coming around the marker.
So she's gone around first.
Now, what Buzzy will do is try to lift up and try to get above them or to windward, but he's not going to have any luck there.
And these two are going to hold each other the entire way from here on out because that's what great skippers do. And there's been a lot of that this week, hasn't there?
A lot of what?
Just holding your, holding the person,
Yes.
Just following, just not letting them go. They tack, you tack.
The great tacking duel.
Yeah.
From Wednesday. I believe that may be the Barbarian in third place. I think I may have misidentified. Trying to see if we can zoom in on that. Ant's place for sure in fourth, coming around the leeward marker there in fourth. And to the left of your screen, you can see Dove and Sonia pulling away. Sonia's decided
Sonia
to tack.
just tacked, yep.
They didn't have much choice. In the position they were in, they were getting dirty air off the Dove sail. And all that does is just slow you down. So the best thing to do is just tack out and get another line going.
So I wonder if Jeff went over too, tacked over as well. It doesn't look like it, and which is interesting because obviously Jeff has got good air out there and wants to stay. Oh, it looked like I had a little header there. Okay, they just went over, tacked over. There we go. Yeah. No, it's still a pretty close race. I mean, I feel like nobody's really.
No, there's no commanding lead. There's no huge green positions.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. The fleet's staying pretty close together. Now, as we begin the second upwind, it'll be up to the skippers and crews to try to pick the best line.
Yep.
Where the wind is going to be most favorable.
Hike out. Trim sails, yep, everything. This is when they're really working. Downwind, you get a little bit of a break if you must. A lot of the prize come in 3/4 of the way, and it's not as well. You sailed. I mean, one thing I have to tell you is if you're a Bahamian and you can swim and you have any slight interest in sailing, try to get on a Bahamian sloop boat.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't you agree?
And try to get your youngsters on too. Get them interested and let's educate the next generation and teach them to appreciate and love the sport of sailing.
Absolutely.
Our national sport. So I stand corrected on that leeward marker there. The third place boat around the leeward marker at the end of lap 1 was the Barbarian.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. So what do we got going on here? We've still got.
Here's the Lonesome Dove, number 72, and Lady Sonia, number 17. Sometimes the camera angle can be a little deceiving.
It is, yeah. It's hard to call anything, but would that make sense? I mean, not make sense, but is that Lady Sonia that's taken that much of a lead from the Dove here?
It's possible, but here on your screen, you can see we got 3 boats, pretty much neck and neck in a line.
Is there something going on?
Oh, no, we have a broken mast.
Broken mast. Who was that?
Oh, my gosh. I think that may have been the Barbarian.
Oh, no, that's Delworth Gibson's boat.
That's Ants, and that's just sailing past them.
Let's just make sure that everybody's safe. That's the, man, it must be very tough for Dallas to make the call whether to sail or not. And this is the exact reason why Cobra and Terry Ann we're not even going to chance it. And sometimes it's not worth chancing it.
Well, maybe we've just seen evidence of that, but I'm not on the race committee, and so it's their call.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to race. All the competitors pretty much want to race.
Yeah.
We just keep our fingers crossed that everybody's okay there.
Exactly, and it's every boat owner's decision, at the end of the day, whether they want to pull or not.
Yes, it is. I think we see Udiva sailing past.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, out front, looks like Leslie Buzzy Roll and Lady Sonia has taken a bit of a lead away from Lonesome Dove.
I feel like something happened to the Dove. I mean, it looked like they were, I don't know, it was hard to call. It's really hard to see this far away, but they looked like they were kind of dead in the water for a little bit, just before the mast went down over here.
One bad tack, as we discussed earlier.
Absolutely.
That's all it takes.
Absolutely.
Looks like Ant's Nest just above and behind the Lonesome Dove a bit in third. And then we're down to 4 boats in this fleet, folks.
Yeah.
That's Udiva in fourth there.
From 8 to 4. Oh, that's a big...
Makes my stomach churn seeing that mast collapse like that.
Let's just hope everybody's okay. I know. Besides the cha-ching, it's...
The race committee's on the scene.
Yeah.
And during the skipper's meeting on Tuesday evening, Commodore Dallas informed us that there would be a medical boat, at least one medical boat,
that's right,
out on the race course. So they'll the race committee will handle it, and we'll carry on. No,
everybody's good. We just heard. That's great. No
race
injuries.
Committee is called in.
Fantastic. That's all you want.
Let's focus on the remainder of the race
what's
now.
Going on. So Buzzy's got a fantastic lead right now.
Rhiannon, you took the words right out of my mouth. I mean, as close as they were side by side at the end of that first lap. And now Buzzy, who's a native Exumian, lives in Exuma and has sailed in Elizabeth Harbor many, many times. He's very crafty and he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And boy, the lead he's put on second place Lonesome Dove is pretty impressive. As Ness continuing to hold on to third.
And I do believe, if I'm not mistaken,
Cara Gibson viewing from Nassau. Lorenzo watching from Nassau.
Yeah.
William McPhee, let's go Dove, Abaco Strong from Nassau. Joseph, Class B race is live right now, buddy.
Yeah, it's too bad we don't have a pair of binoculars. I think that would kind of
my
help.
bag right down there.
Oh, really?
Yep. So, as the top 3 boats sail past the freight dock and the regatta site here on Elizabeth Harbor, Lady Sonia continues to hold on to, I won't call it a commanding lead, but it's a pretty substantial lead.
Yeah.
Over second place, the Lonesome Dove of Abaco. And third place, we have the Ant's Nest. And I'm ashamed that I don't have the home port of that boat. I think it's Crooked Island.
Ant's Nest.
Crooked Island or Acklands.
Oh, okay, this is great. This is much better.
Udiva bringing up fourth place. She's back a ways.
Lady Sonia's just gone out of our sight from the barge out in front of us now. So, yeah, thank you. That's better. Thank you so much.
I take that back. That is the Lonesome Dove on the bottom of your screen, I think.
Yes.
Showing a number 72. Nah, I take that back. Sorry, folks, for the errors. That's number 17. That is Lady Sonia, your first place boat.
We've already lost sight of the Dove as well, so this would be...
Top of your screen there is the Lonesome Dove, and at the extreme top is the Ant's Nest, followed by Udiva in the extreme corner, top left. Seas don't look too bad from this angle, but if you see the bow wave coming off of Lady Sonia there, you can see the white water. They are having to cut through some waves, push some water aside.
Yeah. Yeah, we're very lucky to have gotten this race in at all. And the great thing about the Exuma, this area is the February Point where we were able to tuck in this morning and do the E-Class race, because there's no way that these kids would be out here doing this.
It would have been a disaster.
It would have been a disaster. And unfortunately, there's no other boat besides the E-Class that can fit in there as far as the depth, the water depth. So Buzzy's still holding on to a nice lead. He just tacked over.
He's just tacked over onto starboard tack. I see a spectator boat there. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be anchored there or if they're motoring, but
Do you think that's why he tacked then?
I
think he Had to?
I
Kind of
would
get
have.
out of the way?
I would hope that he didn't tack to avoid them because that could mess up his race.
Yeah. Okay, looks like he's coming across to...
Lonesome Dove coming in from the left.
oh,
with,
they just tacked over.
with Ant's Nest above them.
Yep.
So Lonesome Dove has decided to tack and head over to the middle and the left side of the course.
Be interesting to see when... is that Udiva? Or...
Udiva's a top.
Yeah, they've got the one with the nice embolism on the sail.
That's the Ant's Nest.
Oh, that's Ant's Nest. Okay. All right. By the time this race is over, I'll have it all figured out.
So bottom to top, just going out of view, you have Lady Sonia, Lonesome Dove, Ant's Nest, and then over in the extreme left is the Udiva. Great shot from the drone operator.
Yeah, you guys do a great job too. Wow. You know, there's several regattas that I haven't been here for, and it's really nice to have this, you know, technology today and just have the coverage of this.
So the Ant's Nest cut the Lonesome Dove and passed in front of her. And now it appears that the Ant's Nest may also cut Lady Sonia, which would put her in first place. Here she goes in front of Lady Sonia.
Wow.
And they're going to tack right in front of them and spill dirty air onto Buzzy's sail. It's an excellent and common sailing tactic.
Buzzy's just had to bear off a bit because he wants to keep up speed and get away from his bad air.
If he can veer off and get out of that dirty air, he can perhaps pass and overtake underneath.
Absolutely.
But I know Ombritz is going to give him
a big hit there.
Ombritz is going to give him a tough time. Meanwhile, on the left side of your screen, that's the Lonesome Dove out of Hopetown, Abaco, heading over towards the left side of the race course. Perhaps Skipper Jeff is seeing something over there that the others are not. I know that it will take him over by going into the left when they tack over, perhaps put them on ley line straight to the Windward marker.
Yeah, and if you can't see the marker is up on the top. It was on the top of the screen there, but we don't have any footage or any sight of the boats right now. But it's been a great regatta so far, huh? Thank goodness today is the only day that's been challenging for the weather.
It has been a great regatta, except, but if I had to sum up this regatta to date in one word, it would be windy.
Windy? Yeah.
Folks, if you weren't with us this morning, my co-host of the last 2 days, Dwight Hart, has had to step out for a day or so. One of his sons is graduating.
Oh, wow. Is that why he couldn't finish up?
He flew up to Toronto last evening and should be attending his son's graduation as we speak.
Right. Yeah, we had the... we were fortunate enough to go to Rollville in August last year, was it? And Dwight Hart and...
Well, his daddy was honored.
Oh, right, yeah, Commissioner Hart.
Yeah,
Everett Hart.
Yep.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that was a great regatta, Rollville regatta, fantastic sailing.
I thoroughly
Some
enjoyed
of the best sailing I've ever done.
Hope I get to go back this year.
Boy, if you want to know the Exuma waters, go sail over them.
I know that first race was definitely challenging.
Oh, yeah, the ocean race? Yeah. So while we're waiting, we might as well just chat. Yeah, the Rollville Regatta, we had this ocean race and a very shallow, narrow passage to get through, and I think we probably put in 7 or 8 tacks, and I mean, we're talking these kinds of conditions, but just well worth it. You know, it's really nice to go to the Family Island regattas too, like the smaller Family Islands too, that are trying to sort of...
That was my first small regatta, but I'm sure you won't be the last.
I know.
today's B-class race, our sponsors are Ken, Craig, Ramon, Darville. I'm sorry. Helen, Ken, Ramon, Darville. It's the Darville Memorial Cup. We thank them very kindly for their continued sponsorship of the National Family Island Regatta.
Yeah.
I know that we've had a Darville Cup. We thank them for their continued support.
Yeah, I'd asked if anybody knew the connection for sailing, if their family were sailors, or obviously you have to be. If you're going to put some money, you know, that kind of money into being a sponsorship, you obviously have an interest in the sport.
Either the sport or the community or both.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. I know there is a Darville skipper in the C class. I can't remember his first name, so I'm thinking maybe that's the Darville family. I shall find out.
So if you're corporate Bahamas and you'd like to put your product name or image in front of...
Okay, we just got some results in. You want to go ahead?
You go ahead.
Okay, so first around the mark was the Lonesome Dove. Sorry. Hang on 1 second. First around the mark was the Dove on the Windward mark, the second Windward mark there. Okay, and second place was Lady Sonia, Buzzy, and then third was Udiva, Sheldon Gibson. So, wow, okay. The Dove.
That was a fast second Windward leg. With these wins, this race can be over in no time. So we're starting to get boats coming back into our view, heading down to the leeward marker for the second time.
Yep.
And if Dove was first around the marker, and that's probably her I'm seeing.
Absolutely, yeah.
Followed immediately by Buzzy
Sonia.
and crew and Lazy Sonia.
Yep. Did you just say Lazy Sonia?
No.
Oh.
Lady Sonia. I got to ask Buzzy what that name's about. I've had some of the crews give me this history and backstory to the boat name, like Ant's Nest and Courageous.
Yeah.
But I don't know who Lady Sonia is or was.
I don't know, because Buzzy's wife is Kayla, so I'm not sure. But I enjoy the names of the boats and where they came from. It helps to remember, when you've got the story behind the boat. So everybody looks like they're they're quite, there's no huge gap in between anybody here, and it could be anybody's race yet again.
Absolutely, because they got to clear the leeward marker.
They do, which they're going to leave to port, round up, and then finish off at the front of the regatta site, right?
That's what they usually do, yeah.
Yeah, no, everybody looks like they're pretty, besides the broken mast, which is such a bummer, and I still see them out there. It's going to be a while before they can get it up and out of the way, but fingers crossed it will continue to be a safe race in these conditions. Like I said, it's no joke to be sailing in this heavy wind.
Folks, we started out with I think it was 6 boats.
6, yeah.
And currently I'm seeing 4 on the screen. I know we had that broken mast. Is there a 5th boat somewhere?
No, that's it. So we
looking at the monitor here, I'm seeing Ant's Nest in first place. That is Ant's Nest sail, so they're currently in first of these 4 boats in the frame. Looks like Lonesome Dove with that number 7, that fake number 72 there in second.
Wow, I wonder what happened.
Yeah, see the long boom? That's got to be Lonesome Dove. Yeah.
Well, this is quite challenging to, you've got 3 screens going, and then you've got, of course, out front there. But if you look at this angle from the shore, they go to the leeward and then finish. Okay, yeah.
So race committee has confirmed that at the end of the second lap, they'll tack around the leeward marker and tack back up to the finish line in front of the freight dock and regatta site. But there's no mistaking that the logo on that sail, folks. That is the Ant's Nest in first place.
Wow.
As soon as we can, we'll confirm who's second place. But I suspect strongly that it's the Lonesome Dove out of Abaco.
Lonesome Dove in second. Yeah, I'd love to have seen that lap. That must have happened when we were out of view there.
Yes,
they came out of nowhere. And then
top is Udiva. So we got first, second, and fourth in the frame right now. Look at the bow wave coming off of the Ant's Nest. Yeah, they are just pushing water, probably doing 7 to 8 knots there.
Yeah, and it's very important to, the crew know where they're supposed to be at this stage of the game. And going downwind, that's what you do. You can very easily sink a boat going downwind and just nose diving. And
especially in the C class.
Yeah, especially in the C class, and it happened a couple times in the E class this regatta too.
So first place, Ant's Nest.
Ant's Nest, wow.
Second place, Lonesome Dove. Third and fourth, Udiva and Barbarian. No, Barbarian's the one that broke the mast, right?
Yes, Barbarian broke the mast. Yeah. Wow, what a surprise! Ant's Nest wasn't. It was a race between Buzzy and Jeff there for the longest time, and Ant's Nest kind of we didn't see that happen. That must have happened when we were out of view.
Yeah, around the Windward marker.
The other side, yeah.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Some pretty tight racing there for third and fourth.
Yeah, and again, anything can still happen. So it's excuse me. Excuse me, I'm fighting a cold here this week.
On the shout-outs, somebody wants to know where's the chase.
Well,
She
we're
did
not
not
sure
start.
what happened to the chase. Yeah, we know that Cobra and Terrien had to drop out, but right pretty much here in front of the regatta site, eh? Or on the other side.
It'll be over here, out of our sight.
Oh no!
But the drone will be up.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. It's pretty impressive you can fly a drone in this kind of condition.
It's impressive
So
that the drone thing.
here we are.
period.
We've got the first boat coming up to the leeward mark. Yep, and they're just passing it now, so they're heading up. They're,
Ants nest, cutting it in tight to the leeward
trimming
mark.
in. Yeah, followed closely by the dove.
I hope they didn't just hit that. It almost looks to me like they, well, maybe not.
No, they're quite a ways away, but the dove is just coming up there. They're about looks like to be 1.5 boat lengths away from.
Dove will need to
From the-
make a real tight marker rounding if they want to get above Ant's nest.
Yeah, and they, you know what, they can. They certainly could. They just talked. Yeah, they went right over, didn't they?
Coming into the marker now, we have Udiva on the far left and Lady Sonia next to them. So Lady Sonia going around
Just
the
going
leeward marker in
now.
third. I think that is Lady Sonia. No, I take that back. That is
It's
Udiva. Has
not,
a very
it's
distinctive
Udiva.
flat. Look at the flat headboard.
Yeah.
And
So is
Buzzy
that-
coming around in fourth. Now here's all 4 of the boats in the race,
Wow, what a race.
trying
What
to get
a
around the
race.
marker and get going.
What
Ant's
a
nest.
fantastic race. Guys, so they've just tacked over. Oh, that's frozen.
Wow, we missed something there. From this angle, I'd say Lonesome Dove on the center of your screen appears to have a small lead with Ant's Nest slightly above them. Now remember, they're going to just tack
Yeah,
as
look at them.
necessary right straight to the finish line.
Look at them. They are marching right now. You know, this is when Jeff really pulls out tricks from his bag. I've had the pleasure of sailing with Jeff for over 30 years now. And,
Yes, there you can see on the top right
Right.
of your screen is the Lonesome
The
Dove.
dove.
Ant's Nest
Top
second
left.
place. Third place appears to,
be still Udiva.
I think so.
And then Buzzy's not too far behind. He's almost laying.
Look at that beautiful aquamarine water here in Elizabeth Harbor, Georgetown, Exuma.
There's nothing quite like it in the world, is there?
No, there isn't.
Very privileged. Don't you feel privileged, Stafford, to be here every year? You've been coming now. You and Jeff have been coming consecutively for what? 20, you were saying last night.
This is our 25th year.
25th year consecutively.
The only regattas I missed was when they didn't have any because of COVID-19.
Right. COVID. Oh, don't say that C word, whatever
No.
you do.
So, heading up full speed ahead towards the finish
Still holding the
line.
lead.
Lonesome Dove, first
Yep.
place. Second place, Ant's Nest. Third. If we get the drone to pan to the left,
Is,
or the camera girl.
wow, still very windy out there. I mean, look at the.
It's very windy and choppy, and you see all these boats,
Yeah.
committee boats and spectator boats. The wakes from those
The
boats
wakes.
can upset your boat and sail trim.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, there's not a darn thing you can do about it, and just, I mean,
Suck it
it's,
up.
as frustrating as it is, you know, sometimes there's very little respect from chase boats in the area.
Not so easy to tell from this angle. Lonesome Dove is still holding on to
They
a
do,
slim
yeah.
first place.
Yeah, no, it seemed like they have a pretty good lead here. If you look actually out, so it gets a little confusing, but yeah, I mean, again, anything can happen. Look at, you know, what's happened today. We've had 3 boats in the lead today, hey? We've had Buzzy, we've had Jeff, and
Ant's
we've
Nest.
had also Ant's Nest too. We've
Yes.
also had Lee Ambrister, so very exciting race.
All right, here they come towards the finish. Once again, I'd like to thank the Darville family for sponsoring the Darville Cup, this B-class points race. The second of 3 is the Darville Cup race. Thank you very much for your sponsorship. Let's see if we got any shout-outs here.
Yeah, while Stafford's finding the shout-outs, we're unfortunately going to be out of view, but hopefully the drone will catch the finish, because in Ant's Nest, looks like they've gained a little distance. They've gotten a little closer
I think it's going to be a real close finish here.
to the top. Yeah,
Charles
they've-
Kelly doesn't say where he's messaging in from, but he says a lot of lead changes in his race. Makes for good
Absolutely.
watching. Absolutely.
Yeah, that makes a really exciting race. It can be kind of boring, probably not for the boat in the lead, but when there's a dominant, boat in the lead, it's kind of like, yeah. As a sailor, I'm like, oh man, you know what? There's just no way I'm going to catch up. But when it's nice and close like this and tight, it's anyone's game. It's anybody's.
Positions 1 and 2 on your screen. Lonesome Dove on the right. Ant's Nest on the left. Now you can see a slight sail height difference between Ant's Nest and Lonesome Dove. And
Oh, wow. Wait a minute.
Ant's
Look
Nest
at
is putting on some speed.
Look at this. Yes, they are. We're getting to this finish line here. They have marched right up to the Lonesome Dove.
You can see the
He's
difference.
right on his tail.
You can see the difference in the mainsail size there. So now it's up to Jeff to do some of that skipper stuff to try to see if he can keep them behind.
And then the other two boats, they're kind of fighting for third and fourth there too. And so this gap is kind of closed in on both, both lead boats and the two end boats.
Are. We got maybe a third of a mile to go to the finish, folks. Don't leave your chair for that cold Coca-Cola now.
Oh my goodness!
You don't want to miss
fantastic.
this finish. Number 6, Ant's Nest. You can see the number on the sail. Right above, Lonesome Dove flying a number 72. Dove surges back into the front again.
I mean, it's neck and neck here from, look at that. Look at that. They just trimmed their sail.
Ant's
Nest is trimmed.
Staying right with them.
Look at that.
Ant's Nest is above.
Fighting.
Dove is below and far enough forward to not be getting any dirty air off of Ant's Nest sail.
Yep, and then you got the back two that are also, okay, well, there's a little lead there, and is that Buzzy sitting in third now?
That's Udiva and Sonia.
Okay, Sonia's still in the back there.
I think Sonia is in third place. I think Udiva is in fourth. But I need a close-up to confirm that. Confirmed. Lady Sonia, third place. Buzzy Roll.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, oh my goodness.
Fourth place, right behind them is the Udiva. 17, that's Buzzy Roll flying one of his smaller boat sails.
Yeah, Jeff seems to be holding the lead here.
Udiva right behind it with that distinctive flat headboard. Coming into the finish line now. Lonesome Dove a little low. They're going to need to lift up into the wind a bit more if they're going to make the end of the finish line. Ant's Nest right on their tail, putting on all the speed. Look at Lonesome Dove. She's not going to make the finish line. Not going to make the finish line. Ant's Nest coming in. She's not. Okay, wait a minute.
Yeah,
folks,
they are. We
there.
can't see the buoy.
I'm so excited.
We're good. We got
First place, Lonesome Dove.
Followed closely.
I thought that was the lower committee boat.
No, followed closely by
Second place, Ant's Nest. Holding third place, Buzzy Roll and Lady Sonia coming charging into the finish line with Udiva right behind them.
Yeah, great. Wow.
That was a fantastic race. Buzzy Roll,
clear.
Lady Sonia taking third place. Ant's Nest right behind them.
What a great race.
None of these crews and skippers have any reason to hang their head today with the conditions that we have. Rhiannon.
Absolutely not.
That was a fantastic race.
I have goosebumps.
I do too. We had
really
had some lead changing.
Oh gosh, I hope you guys got a chance to see it clearly, and we did. I know this is my first time, Stafford. You've been amazing at this thing. I mean, when I was asked last night, I was like, okay, I'm not really sure what to do, but I think we pulled it off.
We pulled it off great. Thanks, Rhiannon,
you're
for
so welcome. That was really exciting to see from here.
That was an awesome race. I hope the viewers enjoyed that as much as your commentators did.
Yeah. Thanks for putting up with me, everybody.
We got Jenkins in Missouri. Martin Cooper saying go Dove. Well, they won, Martin. Andrew Higgs and Ava in Nassau pulling for the Dove.
All right, Andrew. Ava, you going to come sailing with me? Ava is a female sailor in Nassau, because that's what I'm about too, is getting females on board.
Well, I'm catching my breath, folks.
Yes.
What a fantastic race that was.
And as Abaco crew here, I gotta
Abaco
say,
crew,
we did it. Yes, we did it.
We got to remain non-partial to a certain extent, but nice to see the Lonesome Dove pull out that victory. That tightens up the point standings a little bit with Susan Chase.
Right.
And we got a great overview shot of the Regatta Park and the freight dock from the drone. There you can see the right in the center of your screen is the stage where they'll be doing the presentations tomorrow night. Our little broadcast booth right on the waterfront there in bright colors.
Yeah.
And,
are we over tomorrow already? Is it over already tomorrow?
Hush your mouth.
I was was just getting into it.
Folks, the vibes out here in Regatta Park are fantastic. The food and beverage service is awesome.
The
I had
coverage, the
cracked
media
lobster for
coverage.
lunch and got.
Tell you, I was more nervous about doing this than actually skippering on my E-class today. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of know what I'm doing out there, but up here I was just kind of thrown into it, and I don't know why I like challenges. So,
Darling, you did great.
Yeah.
Thanks again
me.
for coming up.
Yeah.
And folks, we're going to be having the A-class race shortly. I haven't heard from the race committee as to whether we're going to go for the 4 o'clock scheduled start time. But be sure to don't go far from your screen. And we'll take a short break here, and we'll be back in a short while for the beginning of the A-class race.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Exuma, on the 69th National Family Island Regatta. Pleased to partner with you at this historic occasion. And you know, I'm an island girl at heart. As a matter of fact, we're my boat bike. Congratulations to the Commodore and all of the sailors. Wishing you a successful event.
Are you straight?
Bro, I ain't getting no service. I can't make no calls. I can't post nothing on my stories. I don't get it.
Wait, you weren't on a live? Shad, come, let's fix that. Come. This one needs saving. Pour them over, please.
Say less. Sign up today. Enjoy 5 gigs on us with select prepaid plans when you port your number to Alive, or 3 months free Alive fiber services when you port your landline.
Road to Progress is paved with purpose, and in Exuma, Bahamas Striping Group of Companies is leading the way. We're transforming communities with safer, smoother, and stronger roads. This isn't just infrastructure, it's empowerment, it's jobs, and it's a better future for Exumians. Bahamas Striping, we're paving the way forward.
With BGC's crystal clear mobile service, stay connected seamlessly, whether on land or at sea. Our reliable postpaid plans keep your loved ones closer, no matter where life takes you. Whether you're crossing borders or navigating busy airports, with BGC's reliable data roaming, you're always in touch. In a fast-paced world, staying connected is key. Don't miss important moments. Stay connected effortlessly with BGC, wherever your journey takes you.
Welcome to Paradise Games, where exceptional service meets the ultimate gaming experience. Our dedicated team is here to make every visit a win.
Now this is paradise.
This is more than just a place to play.
Now this is paradise.
It's where excitement meets world-class service.
Now this is paradise.
Now this is paradise.
Come, experience it for yourself. Now this is paradise.
Man, I gotta clean up in here, man, and they're dirty.
We look at giving you some help, man.
But who where's boy?
A talking tree?
Where is?
This is Panalan Pine Island, where every scent brings a different world. We've got lavender, floral, and more. But today, it's about the pine. Try it.
All right, thanks, man. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, boy. 2 push and 2 pace.
This magical pine potion gives you 28 uses per bottle, twice as concentrated, all with real pine oil freshness. Panalan. Twice the power, twice the freshness.
Congratulations, Exuma, on the 69th National Family Island Regatta. BPL is pleased to partner with you at this historic occasion. And you know, I'm an island girl at heart. As a matter of fact, we're my boat bike. Congratulations to the Commodore and all of the sailors. Wishing you a successful event.
Are you straight?
Bro, I ain't getting no service. I can't make no calls. I can't post nothing on my stories. I don't get it.
Wait, you on a live?